nice, thank you. And compliments of the season to one and all. Look what I got for Christmas. I know it looks silly to you, it's a big dice. But you see, what it is a magician who performs on a stage requires over-large props. A little dice, you can't see it. This is great. And I said to the girl that gave it to me, I said, that's beautiful, I must get a box to keep it in. And she says, there is a box to keep it in, the box is inside. I said, well, that means the box is smaller than the dice. She said, I know. I said, well, if the box is smaller than the dice, I can't keep the dice in the box. She says, I know. And she wasn't bright, I mean, beautiful, but dumb. So to prove it to her, what I did was I opened up the dice and I took out the box. Now I said, now look, let's get this straight. The box was in the dice. She said, I know. I said, well, if I open up the box, I said, and try to get the dice into it like that, I said, I can't, you see, because the dice is bigger than the box. She said, I know. So I said, well, look, what I'm going to do is, look, I didn't know how to explain it to her. So what I did was this. I put the dice together, and I said, now look, when you bought this, it couldn't have been inside that. She said, oh, it was. When the fella put it together, what he did was he just put it into the box like that, and I took it home. That's amazing. So I said to her, that's amazing. She said, I know. I said, well, how does it work? She says, I don't know, because the instructions are inside and they're all in Chinese. She says, that's not the bit that baffles me, though. She says, inside the box, which has got the Chinese instructions on, she says, the dice comes apart and the fella had a Christmas pudding. For the Christmas pudding, you need the brandy. Of course you need the brandy. And if we take that out of there, ladies and gentlemen... Not a lot. Now then, the reason we've got the brandy in the pudding is because it links very nicely into the next item. Several years ago now on Christmas television, I performed a trick. I'm still getting letters about it, so we're going to do it again. It's a kettle that pours out any drink you ask for. 'Tis a magic kettle. Thank you, girls. Aren't you nice? Now there it sits. A kettle. It's a common or garden kettle obtainable in all good stores anywhere. But this kettle has one difference, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure you'll forgive me if I talk to the audience here. They're the ones who are getting the drinks. You see, this kettle will pour out any drink the audience asked for. So, if, for example, somebody wanted a wine, a glass of wine, I would just take this and pour out a glass of wine like this, you see? So now it's up to you. I'd like to hear lots and lots of different drinks. What would you like to drink from the magic kettle? Shout it out. Lady in the front there wants a red wine. No, keep shouting all the time, then I can keep pouring. I don't want to stop. Come on, let's hear all those. Who's that rich one? We've got a champagne. Somebody wants a champagne. All right, champagne over there. Yeah. Ouzo. Somebody shouting ouzo. Ouzo. What's ouzo? Yes. Oh, it's that fella. He always drinks in Greek restaurants. Ignore the band leader. What? I can't hear you. Orange juice. I hear you're on orange juice. Somebody wants an orange juice, they can have an orange juice. There we are. Anything else at all? What? Oh, a Bucks Fizz. Oh, who wants a Bucks Fizz? Right, all right, and one Bucks Fizz coming up. One Bucks Fizz. Just looks like orange juice to me. There we are. There we are. Now, that's a Bucks Fizz. That's orange juice and champagne. Delivered it to somebody who wants one of those. Okay. Non-alcoholic in the middle wants a Coca-Cola. Where's a Coca-Cola? There we are. One Coca-Cola coming out to the magic kettle. One Coca-Cola. What a funny kettle this is. Any other drinks at all? You shout them out, we'll give them to you. Right? Oh, what? Who wants what? Grand Marnier. Oh, yes, very nice. Small glass for a Grand Marnier. One Grand Marnier coming up. There we go. One Grand Marnier. There we are. Take that away till somebody wants a Grand Marnier. Anything else at all? Milk? Who the dickens wants milk? Certainly one tumbler of milk coming out of the magic kettle. Ladies and gentlemen, there we go. A tumbler of milk from the magic kettle. Cheers. One tumbler of milk from the magic kettle. Any more drinks? Any drinks at all, ladies and gentlemen? Anything? A snowball. Somebody wants a snowball. Here, deliver that to him. There we are. One snowball, an underarm snowball tonight. Now then, anybody else at all? Any more? One last chance of Fanning, ginger wine. A what? A ginger ale. Certainly one ginger ale coming out of the magic kettle. One ginger ale. Crikey. It's a big ginger ale. There we are. Take that to anyone at all. Let's see. Does anybody else want one of those? We can top it up. Right, there we go. Another ginger ale coming out. The trouble with this is, of course, that a lot of people imagine, you know, that in some mysterious way I'm doing something funny to the handle of the kettle. You know, people actually think that. So you take that, and I'm going to put the kettle there, all right? Now, if I put the kettle down in front of the audience like that, we have here 4 members of our audience that have been not selected. We just asked sort of who liked to drink. And these 4 people said, yes, we do. And so they've been taken from the audience. They're not stooges. I've, in truth, never met them before, apart from to say hello to the whole audience. I'm not allowed to. So what's your name? Julie. Well, I'm duly impressed. Now, Julie, what do you drink?
Gin.
You're a gin drinker. Oh, well, there you go. Now, what kind of glass does that go in? That kind of thing. So you take that glass there and wipe it out with a tissue, all right? And give it a little sniff, all right? Just a glass, yes?
Yes.
One of our best BBC cheap glasses. Now, you pick up the kettle yourself, and I want you to pour yourself out a measure of gin. The kind of measure of gin you would like to get if you were getting a measure of gin. Yes, now what I want you to do is just pour it out. Now there it is, nice and clear, isn't it? Yes, yes. Go on, it's Christmas, go on. and pour yourself out a measure of gin, that's the idea. Yes, go on, it's Christmas, go on, empty the kettle. Go on. Make sure the kettle's empty, that's the idea, that's it. Now that's what I, go on, empty it, go on. Go on, now go on, yes, now. You like gin, do you? Yes, well, go on, empty the kettle, go on. That's the idea, that's it. Now, just tip it right up. Go on, tip it whole thing. That's the idea. Empty the kettle. Now, that's what I would call a measure of gin. Yeah. Now, don't drink it. Just put the kettle down there. Don't drink it. What I want you to do is just sniffle it. Does it smell like gin?
Yes.
It does. Well, don't drink it yet. Just sit down before you even think of drinking it. Just sit down. Yeah. Debbie will hold the glass for you. We'd like to put a couple of those on your lap in case you're dribbly-drobblies. There we are. Would you like to pick one of the other people so that I couldn't know beforehand who you were going to pick, so just pick one, all right? Which the gentleman sitting over there. Sir, what would you like to drink? What you like brandy, do you? Brandy. Oh, well, a goblet for brandy. That's a brandy goblet there. Pick it up. I don't want to touch it, you see, and you put the kettle back there. I don't want to touch that. Wipe it out with, I don't know what that is, just wipe it out with a tissue, and turn around a little so that camera can see what you're up to. Now, what I want you to do is pick up the kettle now and pour yourself out a brandy, all right? There we go. Pour it out. There you are. Tip the kettle right up, sir, because you can't expect a lot of brandy, can you? Not as much as she got Jim, but that's what I call a fair measure. A fair measure, because it's a magic kettle. You should have a fair amount. Just have a little sniffly snufflies. Sniffs like brandy? Yeah. And you sit down there, and would you pick one of these other 2 people, sir? This gentleman there or lady there. You pick the lady over here, okay? And that's your choice. Not a bad choice at all. What do you like to drink, my love?
Sherry.
Sherry, certainly. A sherry glass. Have we got a little tiny sherry glass? We haven't really, have we? Let's see. That's more like a sherry glass, isn't it? Just take the... I don't want to touch it, you see. Just take one of those off there, any one you like. That's the idea. And just wipe it out with one of our tissues. Yes. And having wiped out, make sure it's clean, you see. It's all part of the service. I want you to just pick up the kettle and pour yourself out a sherry. Right. Because it's full of sherry. Oh, that's a nice little sherry. Just a minute. You shouldn't get less than the others. Just a minute. Have 2 sherries. Go on, pour it out, empty it. Here, just a minute. Why should you get robbed? That's what I say. Here, have another sherry, love. That's the idea. Good party, this, isn't it?
Lovely.
Yes, some of the acts are going to get a lot of applause here, I'll tell you. Put the kettle down, and that leaves one... Yeah, sit down over there, love. You can just... sniff it, don't drink it yet. You can drink them all in a minute. Now, what I want you to do now... what a good trick. That leaves me with you, all right? We never met? We haven't. I don't know your name or anything about your particular tastes, but I want you to think of a drink that you like to drink, you know, and don't tell me what it is. This is probably the hardest one of all to do, okay? I want you to concentrate on your drink, all right? And I want you to pick up an appropriate glass, okay, that would take your drink. In other words, this is a straight-sided glass here. There's a whiskey-type glass there. There's anything will go in them, and they're for brandy and champagne. You just pick an appropriate glass. And once you picked an appropriate glass, fine, dry it out with a tissue, not that it's wet, but some people might think there was something inside. And what I want you to do is just pour yourself out whatever it is you're thinking of. The kettle will know.
Right.
All right, then, away you go. Now, I want you to pour it out, pick it up, pour it out all the way. That's the idea. He's thought of cold tea. No, it hasn't. That's what they use in plays. Tip it all the way, make sure the kettle is completely empty to your satisfaction. And then place it back down on the middle of the table. All right, now that's the idea. Now just put the kettle, that's enough. Just put the kettle down. Now, here we've got 4 people from the audience, ladies and gentlemen. The kettle has not been touched in any way whatsoever. And you could, in your particular case, he's having a snifflies. Yeah. All right. Now, what did you ask for? Okay. I want you to now take a sip of it and just tell me. Go on. I just need to know if it is sherry, you see. And so do the audience. Is it sherry? Yeah? Okay, good. Now you can have a go at your overdose of gin. All right. Is it gin?
Yes.
Oh, that's very good. Now, you asked for brandy.
I did.
All right. And you sniffed it. It smells like brandy. Have a taste. You might have a little hint of gin because obviously there's a little dribbly-jobblies left in the spout.
That's brandy.
That's brandy. Thank you very much. That's very dark. Now, let me have a little sniff. It smells like rum, I think. Is it? Yeah, it smells like rum. What did you think of?
Smells like rum. And it tastes like rum.
But did you think of rum? You did? Oh, good. Right. Very good indeed. So, isn't that wonderful? You may now all drink to your heart's content and enjoy your drinks, and you can get down the 3 sherries. And let's hear you now. Your last chance now, ladies and gentlemen. What would you like to drink from the magic kettle? Whiskey. We have a whiskey coming up for anybody who likes to drink from the magic kettle. There is a whiskey. Okay, 1 whiskey. Not as much as the people at the front got, but there's another whiskey for somebody else who wants a whiskey. Now, anybody else like whiskey? Yes? You like a double? There, we've got a double scotch for the whiskey. A large port, certainly. We've got a large port. Okay, you don't want Southampton. What else? Who else wants anything at all? A stout over there. I hear a stout. Certainly we can pour out a stout for the gentleman over there. There is a stout, all right? There's a nice stout. We've got a bit of a head on it. Come on now, take that away. And what we're going to do now, anything at all, anything at all. A light tail, certainly, a light tail. We've got a light tail over here. We just move that out the way and just pour that in there. And there you've got a light tail. I can prove it's a light tail. It lights up. And now for all those who want his beer, here's the beer. What I want you to do is just examine that kettle and have a good look at it, and as a matter of fact, I've sneaked a bit of magic out of it. How about a nice round of applause for our 4 volunteers? That made some of our audience very happy indeed. Hope you were happy with the trick, and I hope you'll be happy watching the 5-star Endress family. Ladies and gentlemen, the youngest member of the Endress family will now attempt a 3.5-meter leap from the springboard to a one-arm handstand on his father's palm. He's the only artist to perform this feat, and remember, he's only 9 years old. They really are a fantastic group of people, and yes, I'm going to do the next trick. You're finished, kid, get off. And this is, what's the matter with you now? Your name is what?
Lottie.
You speak English?
Yes.
Good. Lottie, the act is over. Now the great Daniel does the card tricks, and the people clap. Me. Now, we're going... What's up?
You forgot about the juggling.
Forgot about the juggling. Oh, you're juggling. You want to do it on telly?
Yeah.
Oh, this afternoon, all the camera crew, and we were all very entertained by this young man who stood in the middle during a coffee break and juggled with the balls. And, look at that smile. How could you turn that down? So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to present Lottie, yes? Juggling. You want to juggle on television? Okay, you've got the chance. So you're going to juggle. Where's the balls? Oh, the sister is bringing the ball. This is your sister.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Kate.
Very pretty. Okay. Now, would you like to just stand where I normally stand? Star spot. Right. Oh, I can do that one. Oh, I can't do that one. Oh, cross leg. Uncross. Oh, I can't get my legs up that high, Lotzie. Oh, a shower. That's very hard, yes. Enough is enough. Very good. Now, toddle along. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what's the matter now? Listen, you've done the juggling. Go away. What?
can do 4 balls.
You can do 4 balls. I can only do 3. You can do 4.
Yes.
And I'll bet your sister's got another ball.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, another ball, please, for Lotsy Juggler. 4 balls is very hard. I don't know if you ever tried to do even 3, but 4 is hard. Are you sure you can do 4? Are you sure? Oh, now that's hard. That's very hard. Hey, that was really good. I've got to tell you, Daniel, I don't know if you know, but a shower with 4 balls is very difficult indeed. And thank you for coming on the show. I've enjoyed your company very much. What are you looking at me like that for? You can do 5 balls. Lotsy, there's only a handful of people in the whole world can do 5 balls. Are you sure you can throw 5 balls up? Can you catch them when they come down? You can. Are you sure? Okay, Lotsy. I'll bet the sister's got another ball.
Yes.
Is this the last ball?
Yes.
Okay, we'll let you do 1 more. There you go. Thank you, Sister Kate. Oh, pretty, isn't she? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Lotsy, a circus star of the future. Hey, you're a an amazing young man. And here is an amazing little card trick. Completely different, I think. What we've got here is a pack of cards, which, as the young lady sitting here can vouch, is completely different. Each card is different to the next. What's your name?
Maddie.
Maddie. We've pulled you out of the audience, Maddie, to take part in this trick and make you into a star. It's very simple. I don't even touch the cards when I say pick a card. I just say to you, now choose a card. They're all spread all over the table. You sure you want that one?
Yeah.
Do you want to change your mind?
No.
Okay. Now, you take that card, you look at it, you remember it, you shuffle it and show it to camera 3, which is over there, whilst I cast my eyes down. Although if you do look around the studio, you'll see there's no television sets available for me to see your card. Anyway, now turn your card face down and cut the pack into 2 heaps. Now put your card on top of either one of those heaps. Now cut that heap again. All right. Now put either of those heaps on there. In other words, you're choosing where your card finishes up in the pack. Now, do you want to put that on there or them on there? Not bothered.
Them on there.
Super. Now, we do not know where your card is. You don't know, and I don't know, all right? And even if we spread them out like this, because you had a free choice of which card went where, I still couldn't know what your card was. Say yes, Paul.
Yes, Paul.
Very good. Now, what I'm going to do now is cut the pack, which is all in little messes, heaps like this. If you want to cut these heaps again, you just cut them again, all right? That's all you've got to do, just cut the heaps again. So when you're happy.
Yeah.
You're happy?
Yeah.
Say yes, Paul.
Yes, Paul.
Very good. Now here we've got a light bulb, which is still a little bit warm, but we've taken it out of the scenery, and we don't want you to burn your fingers, so I'm going to put it in the middle of the handkerchief, like this, and I want you to hold the 4 corners, which I'll put the 4 corners together at the top, and I want you to hold them by the very tips, right at the top there. Can you just hold just that bit there, all right? So that you can't have any influence at all over the light bulb. All right? Now, there's a light bulb. It's in there. It's isolated from the rest of the world. And it's a peculiar kind of lie detector. What you do is you touch the back of a pile of the cards, wave it around a little over the top and say, this is not my card, and then touch it on top of the pile.
This is not my card.
That's the idea. Now, do that again on any pile you like.
This is not my card.
Now, say this is not my card as I wave it round, as you wave it round.
This is not my card.
Now touch it down. No, it's not.
This is not my card.
Well, now look at that. The light bulb is lit up, and for some peculiar reason, it has stayed lit up. Put your finger on the one it lit up on. That's it. Now keep that there, then nobody can get at that at all. And I'll just take this light bulb back out of here, which as you can see is well and truly lit up. It just so happened to have a pair of scissors here, and the difficulty is seeing the thread that lights it up. And if you believe that, you'll nip wire netting. We'll just put that over there, and now, what was your card?
8 of diamonds.
The 8 of diamonds. You couldn't have known where it was in the pack?
No.
I couldn't have known where it was in the pack?
No.
More important, the light bulb could not have known where it was in the pack. Silly, isn't it? Turn the card over. Now, that is your card.
Got you.
Ladies and gentlemen, from a different kind of card trick to a completely different kind of act. Will you please greet Professor Al Carthy. very quick illusion indeed, so pay very close attention to what Daniels is telling you. Over here we have an illusion called the big wheel. I know it's called that because it's painted on the front. And this is very much a family affair. I did the original research on it, my father built it, Brother Trevor painted it, and Cousin Bob welded that bit together down there. It doesn't mean much to you, but it means a lot to his mum and dad. Now, if we open it up and have a look at it, let me tell you all about it. Now, it's a very big prop indeed. This is called the big wheel, this part here, and it's mounted on a central bearing, and it's very heavy, but you have to take the weight off the bearing before you start it. Round and round she goes, and that's what makes it dangerous. Someone is going to go through it whilst it's going round and round. Let me tell you all about it. Even under there, you can see under there, even round there, when the doors are closed, you'll see the rims. Even, I'll go behind and tell you even more. This is exciting, isn't it? Now, we go all the way around there, and we try this thing out. Now, these are rods, and I'm going to push them through. But because the wheel is so heavy, it takes 10 men to shift it when we're on the road, the thing itself will break anything trying to go through, like this. I'll push them all through together. You see how they shatter. Not only that, at the back of here we have got some balloons, and the spokes have been shaped so that anyone trying to go through there would not only be sort of broken up, but sliced up. It's a horrific illusion. Not only that, we'll try it again. It could lose an arm, a leg, you could break your neck trying to go through there. So, I'm not going to try to do that. Instead, we need a volunteer. Some brave person from our audience tonight. No, they're all looking at each other now, not me. So instead, I brought my own. Will you please welcome Debbie McGee? Now, Debbie's going to try to go through the wheel, but remember, once the doors are closed, keep your eye on the rim. Make sure she doesn't sneak round the sides or underneath. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close the doors on Debbie McGee. Watch the rim as the wheel spins round. See it under there and over the top. There is no... She's gone through the wheel. Now then, what's your name, lovely lady?
Pauline.
Your name is Pauline. Paul and Pauline, a double act. Where are you from, Pauline?
Stubbington, near Portsmouth.
Stubbington. Aye, Stubbington, lass. Well, turn round. We're going to do a Stubbington card trick, all right? No, this isn't a joke. You keep them both out. That's it, yeah. I thought somebody was working here. Every time I pick that one, I'm going like that. Now, what you do, you just keep them about there, all right? Just relax, relax. Don't have a relapse. Just relax. So I'm going to put a couple of cards onto your hand. Oh, no, not another card trick. Yes, but this one's different. You see, these cards are all different. That's obvious. So it doesn't matter which two we use, all right? So I'm going to put one on your hand there, like that, all right? Just hold your hand about there. That's perfect, perfect. And now I'm going to put a card on your hand there. I nearly said a hand on your card. Now, there we are. I've got to get it balanced, you see, on your hand. So there's no chance of the wind blowing them off. Now then, this is a memory test. It isn't. It is. What you have got to do is remember the two cards that are on your hands, okay? So, if I was to turn this one face down and say to you, okay, what's that?
Four of Hearts.
No, I pointed at that one.
Oh.
Yeah, you see? See? I'm cheating down here. I know you're looking into my blue eyes and thinking, aren't they wonderful? Does he lend them out to Paul Newman? But no. You see, that's the 7 of clubs. You are right, though. This is the 4 of hearts. Okay? Yeah. Although it was face down, you knew what it was. Say, yes, Paul.
Yes, Paul.
Very good. If we turn this one face down, which is the 7 of clubs, you know it's the 7 of clubs because that is the
4 of Hearts.
You're very good at this. Would it help perhaps more if I marked this card for you? Yes, I think it would. We'll mark the card. We'll just cut it across like that. Now you can tell the difference between the two cards. Yes. Yes. Because there might have been some confusion before. Right. Look, because the more I do this over here, the more you are getting impressed on you that this is the 4 of hearts. Yes? And if I talk constantly about the 4 of hearts, it's fairly obvious that we have got 4 pieces of the 4 of hearts. And all I'm trying to do is make you forget that one.
Right.
All right? Yeah. Good. So we've got here, what have we got here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of 4 of hearts. Turn your hands face down. The 4 of hearts, I'm going to just rest it on the back of your hand, so make your hand nice and level. Right. What have you got there?
4 of Hearts.
Very good. If you put it inside your hand, close your hand. Good. What have you got there?
The four of hearts.
Four of hearts. I'm not cheating, not taking anything out, because you grabbed it quick. Very good. Oh, I like this trick. So, what have you got in this hand?
The four of hearts.
There's no way in to get at it, is there?
No.
Okay, you keep that there. The four of hearts, all right? Can you remember what we've got over here?
The seven of clubs.
Clever, yeah. All right, then. If I just tap that on there myself, all right? I'll tap it. 2 taps. 1 hot, 1 cold. Just a joke. And, only joke, but it is a joke. And you open your fingers very slowly. You'll now find that you've got here 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of the 7 of clubs. Turn that over yourself. What have you got? 4 of hearts. Very good. Take the pieces back. Now we'll do it again, because it's going to be harder to do this time, isn't it? Say, yes, Paul.
Yes, Paul.
What have you got hold of? Have a quick look. What have you got? 7 of clubs. Right. You saw that? Checked it? Good. Now we're going to change them back again. Wave it over the top and say my childish magic words. Izzy Wizzy. Do you remember that? Izzy Wizzy, let's get it. It was a good one. Yeah. Would you believe that this card is now changed back to the 7 of clubs?
No.
Neither would I, because it hasn't. That wasn't the trick. The trick is to make those back together into one card, and to show just what a perfect little magician I am. Open your hands very carefully. Unfold the card, and you will find it is now restored. 1, 2... What's the matter? Oh, well, nobody's perfect. A souvenir for you. Nice round of applause for this lady. She goes back to the set. Ladies and gentlemen, for a magic act to get on this show, they have to be very special indeed. And my next guest, I saw them in America, and I was so impressed with their athletic ability and, in fact, the speed of their final illusion, I wanted them on the show. And they're here tonight, from America, the Pendragons. You like Christmas pudding. Do you like Christmas pudding? Yeah! Oh, have we got a Christmas pudding for you? Have a look at this. Oh, it's Mandy. Hello, Mandy. Isn't that nice? Well, that's a nice surprise and a big Christmas pudding. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we'll show you right around the Christmas pudding, which gives me a moment of chance anyway, to say thank you to everybody involved in the production tonight. And I'm talking about cameramen, soundmen, makeup lady, everybody. And I wish them the compliments of the season. And you, I hope you have a magical and a very happy new year. Sorry, fellas, was I in your way there? What you doing? All you have to do, fellas, is just push it to there. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to thank the company that have entertained you this evening. And, of course, we're going to start off with the girls who were assisting on the show. So we open it up. There's Debbie. Hiya, Debbie. Oh, Rosie. Oh, look at Nikki. Altorti. Oh, the Pendragon. How nice. Oh, isn't that nice? Who else is in here tonight? The Endress family. The 5-star Endress family. And the little one. And from them and me, happy Christmas.